Welcome to the Hackensack Meridian Health Stage 17. I'm MinaSayWhat, sitting here with the lovely Angela Robinson from the Have and the Have-Nots on OWN. Yay! Looking fabulous this morning.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I am so good.
Good,
so
good. You look great. Do you wake up like this, like Beyonce?
I wake up like this. Not at all. I have two wonderful people that's out there somewhere that help me to get this way. Moanne and Billie Jean.
You look great. You look so good.
Thank you so much.
I want to first start off by saying congratulations.
Thank you.
You are a new mommy.
I am.
Yes, to a little boy.
To a little boy, Robbie, my heart. He just makes me happy.
Right.
Yeah.
His name is Robinson Scott.
Yes.
So I love how like you and your husband combined your name.
Yes.
Whose idea was that?
Well, my husband's name is Scott Whitehurst, and it's because his mother's maiden name was Scott. She was Mary Scott, so she took his maiden name. So we thought if we had a son, he would take my maiden name.
Aww.
So yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, we love it too. The poor kid, when he gets older, going to have a long name, but hopefully he's proud of it.
I thought it was cool because it's kind of like a piece of you both.
Yeah.
Are a part of him.
Yeah.
So you guys have been very open about this being a foster child and you guys kind of adjusting to this. How have things been with this?
It's been great. He's not a foster child. He is adopted.
Adopted, yes.
He was adopted from
Can you
birth.
talk about the difference with that as well?
Well, both are wonderful, and both I encourage everyone to consider doing.
Right.
But foster children were born and placed into foster care for whatever reason,
right, and
they're waiting to be adopted. So our son, we met his birth mother before he was born.
Oh, wow.
And so we adopted him very early on. And
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so he was never in foster care, but still both are great and both should be considered. I just think it's a wonderful thing, and it's a shame for any child to need a home when there's so many people that want children.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you guys were going through this process, were you thinking about different options, or did you always know that you wanted to do this?
Well, I wanted to adopt from the time I could remember. I thought, oh, you know how the kids are on the news sometimes, and you think, oh, I'm going to do that one day. But it wasn't. It was going to be after I had children that I was going to adopt. But my husband and I have been married for 22 years.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. And about 20 of those we tried to get pregnant.
Okay.
And it just wasn't meant to be for us. But we realize now when we look in Robbie's eyes, we were like, if we were supposed to be your parents.
Right.
He's so perfect for us. And it just worked out perfectly. So I guess what I would love to say to your audience is that whatever things that you're going through that you feel like are hardships are hard, and I don't know how I'm going to get through this. Why is this happening to me? I promise you, if you hang in there, I promise you, if you continue to hold on to your faith and hold on to your family, it will change. I can't talk about the timing. I don't know what that will be, but it will change. And when it does, you'll be able to look at that situation and say, that's what that was all about.
Right.
And that's we look at Robbie every day and go,
I love that. Right.
Yeah.
I love that you have a relationship with the mom. Like, moving forward, have you guys talked about that? Like, is she going to be very involved?
Yeah, not necessarily very involved, but that's what we wanted. We just wanted to be open, not necessarily from the point of view of involvement, but just so that he knows that he was so loved,
right?
And that anytime he wants to know his birth mother or see her, that she will be available to him. And we send her pictures now and then.
I love that.
And so, I think that is the greatest gift that a woman can give to someone, and I can't even imagine the hole that it might leave. So, to alleviate that by saying, hey, he's doing great,
right,
is wonderful. So there isn't necessarily that much contact on a daily basis,
but
there is that knowing that whenever he needs you, you will be there.
Right.
And we'll always be sure that those doors are open.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
how are you balancing new mommyhood with you being on OWN and the have and the have-nots and filming and things like that? How has that been?
So far, it's working out great. I had all these dreams like most moms do. I thought, I'll have my nanny and we'll go from here and we'll do this. It'll be great. And so far, it's worked out good. But, what I've learned is that you really can't plan it all.
Right.
Some things you just have to say, "Ooh, that worked out by the skin of its teeth."
Right.
And everybody on board. My husband is amazing. So, we everybody, all hands on deck. We have wonderful, wonderful support. And that makes it easy. But when we went to Atlanta to film, Robbie went and we just had a ball. He's almost 10 months next week, and he's been in 11 states already.
Wow,
So
good for him. He's been in more states than me.
Baby. Yeah,
I love
just
that.
love having him near me, and so.
I love these stories because I feel like when I talk to a lot of people in the industry, whether they be musicians or actresses or whatever they're doing, you've traveled with some things on Broadway. A lot of the times there used to be this thing where you couldn't bring your children to work, or I talk to a lot of artists who and women who say I had to hide my pregnancy.
Yeah.
I think we're in an age where that's really changing. Like people are becoming more acceptable with saying, "Hey, I'm a mother. I'm not gonna stop being a mother to do my job. I can do both."
I think so, and I think also it helps that women are now in leadership positions in the companies, and they had babies, so they understand it a little better. That's why diversity is so important in every area because we have leaders that get it. But and Broadway is a little different, and it's a little harder because you got a show going on.
Right.
And, we haven't quite made accommodations as of yet. But when I was doing The Color Purple on Broadway, there were times that people had to bring their kids to work because of the sitter and everything, and everyone was very understanding. I always say Broadway babies are the best babies because they just, when they grow up, they don't have stranger danger they just are friendly to everybody because Broadway babies grow up being passed. You're like, "Oh, it's my entrance. Here, hold the baby." You go in and then, "Oh, I got to go on to my dance. Hold the baby." And the baby becomes the whole cast. The baby of the whole cast. So I think it's a wonderful thing for any baby to grow up around the arts.
Absolutely.
I think it's a wonderful thing. Yeah.
Well, your resume is amazing. You've toured with Dreamgirls, The Wizard of Oz. You mentioned Broadway, The Color Purple. Now Have and Have-Nots on OWN.
Yeah.
I mean, can you talk about your journey? Like that alone, the fact that that's where you worked, your resume is very, very amazing and impressive.
I'm always in awe of the fact when I think about my bosses that Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey are my bosses. I'm like, whoa, God, thank you. It's amazing. I came here to New York with a dream. From Jacksonville, Florida. Thinking I just want to be on Broadway. At that time, I didn't even care what doing. I can dance across the stage one time and I'll be happy, just to get on Broadway. And I have been totally in awe of the grace that's been in my life, that I've gotten to do what I love for a living, and my dream actually came true.
Right.
So I'm a firm believer of dreams.
Yes.
Yeah.
So your character on the Have and the Have-Nots is you're an attorney. I watched a couple of episodes.
You did?
But now the FBI is after you.
Yeah, they're trying to get me, girl.
Yeah, can you talk about that? What's going to happen this season? Are you laid up in the hospital bed?
Somebody's always trying to get Veronica.
Right.
And it's really because she's that character that's always trying to get somebody.
Right.
I think the whole season, this season, is going to be about people trying to get her. Whether or not they get her, you just have to tune in and watch.
Right.
But that's the whole thing. She wreaks havoc everywhere she goes, which I love.
Right.
I love playing a character that gets to burn houses down and shoot people and have people. It's all great. Then I get to go home and be regular.
Right.
But it's just going to be a season about people trying to get her, a season about people coming into themselves and evolving. This season is going to be one of our best. So I'm excited for the audience to see it.
So it's Tyler Perry's Have and the Have-Nots.
That's
So
right.
obviously he created it, but
Yeah.
how is he involved in the day-to-day? Is he coaching? Is he like, what is he on the set like?
He directs every episode.
Everything.
He writes and directs every episode.
Wow.
He's on set all day. He works harder than anybody. Seeing him on set with us, it made me change my whole work ethic. Because I've never seen a man, if you ever get a chance to go to Atlanta and see the Tyler Perry Studios.
Right. I heard his house is a studio.
Well, this is not his house. He has one of the largest studios in the country. It is huge. It's wonderful. He has many sound stages. It's just other shows filmed there. It's just a wonderful place to go. It's a dream to go there. To see someone that's running all of that, that's making movies, that's going out, you're doing plays, writing books. He has so much going on. When he is on set with us, you would not know it. He is 100% focused only on us, only on the show that he's doing. It taught me so much about being right where you are in the moment and not, because I've worked with so many people that say, wait a minute, I got to take the phone call. Wait a minute, I got to go do this. Not Tyler. He's 100% there, 12 hours sometimes, 16 hours sometimes.
Wow.
And then he's gone. You feel
That's why
like you
he's
have
great.
his undivided attention. Yeah.
That's why he's great.
Yeah.
What do you love about him?
He's generous. He's extremely generous. What you see is what you get. He is very, very thoughtful. When my son came home, there was a red wagon full of stuffed animals and gifts, and he's just extraordinarily thoughtful. When you don't have to do that, your boss doesn't usually do that, but he's thoughtful like that. If someone passes away or someone gets married, he's there. He's sending things. Even during the show, if you have a great scene, he's texting, going, "That was great. You did a great job. I'm so proud of you." So
Yeah.
I just love the support. He's spiritual, and it's not put on. It's practical and real. And when I say practical, I mean it's not so up here that you're like, oh,
Like the green leaves. I watched that show, girl. That is my show.
Yeah. So he's just real people. Real people connected to the pulse of what's going on in the world. And so he puts that in his writing. And he's a man whose dreams really did come true. And he's all about trying to help other people's dreams come true.
Right.
Yeah.
What don't we know about him? Because I always wonder, like, someone who balances all that and is so thoughtful, like, what's one thing that we would never think Tyler Perry does or is or says?
I don't know, but when you find out, tell me.
You with him 12 hours a day.
I know, but we're at work.
Right.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Might be something.
We'll learn something.
Yeah, well.
So talk to me about season 7, because I'm reading that's the finale. That's it. It's done.
Really?
I don't know. That's what the gossip blogs were saying.
What?
No?
I got a child to feed. What? No. You know what? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say everybody continue to tune in, continue to support. And, you never know about these things.
Right.
Yeah.
Long term, where do you see yourself? Because you're a Gracie winner, and the Gracies honor women.
And you're a Gracie winner.
Yes, thank you.
Miss Gracie winner.
Yes. So they honored you for your work and being an actress. Like, long term, what are your goals?
Well, I'm an actress. That's something I wanted to do since the time I was 10 years old. Musical theater was my first love, and it still is. And my goals are to keep doing what I'm doing, to grow in my craft. I never stop going to class. I love learning. I'm an artist. I enjoy creating. I'm alive. I breathe when I create. So I just want to keep doing it. Do it at all different levels. Hope to work with some great people. I think we have a lot of options these days.
Right, Netflix and stuff.
Yeah. So I just hope to keep working with great artists and to keep being inspired by amazing artists and hopefully be an inspiration to others.
Right. Yeah. Any production aspirations or anything like behind the scenes?
Yeah, I definitely want to produce some things. I would like to direct at some point, but I'm not in that season.
Right.
I don't want to jump my seasons.
Right,
So,
right.
Right now I'm acting, but I definitely want to direct at some point. I enjoy watching Tyler, and when I'm on any set, I enjoy watching what they're doing. I'm taking notes. But really, I studied acting. That was my dream, and I'm not done with that. I just want to keep being the best I could be at that.
Well, we'll see what the next big thing is for you. We'll be watching you on OWN.
Yes.
Tyler Perry's The Have and the Have-Nots. Yes. Tuesdays, 9 p.m., correct?
Tuesdays at 9 p.m.
That's right.
On Oprah Winfrey Network.
Yes, Angela Robinson, thank you so much. I enjoyed talking to you. I'm Mina Say What, and thank you for watching here on the Hackensack Meridian Health Stage 17.
Yay.